welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup. Today, we are going to be doing a get ready with me with several new things that just came in the mail. So I have the new Chantecaille spring collection. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I'll just wear one of the new lip cheeks today, but I will try on all of these so you can see them all. And then I also have the rest of the Chanel items that I ordered from the LeBlanc collection. So let's go ahead and open that. This, I have to say, this ribbon is really nice. Like at first I thought it would just be like the regular black ribbon, but it's a little bit like the finish on it is a little different. Do you see that? I don't know. It's like a velvety satin instead of like the traditional smooth satin. So little things. All right, so inside we have all of this. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. And I ordered from Jelissa at Brickell City Center. I'll have all of her information down below. She's fantastic. You can see she obviously packs the box with samples. I picked up the highlighter, which I wasn't going to get originally because it always looks so dark. So we're going to see how it works on my skin. But everybody keeps telling me that it's sheer and it's going to work and it's going to be beautiful. So I did pick this up. And then I also ordered a couple of the Stylos, the Ombre Stylo contours. So obviously I have the beige perle one, and I picked up the burgundy from this collection. Then I picked up the contour clair from the regular line, and I still want to get the nude éclat as well, which I'll order when the foundation is available. So got these, and then samples. Let's see here. Ooh, I love getting mini lipsticks. This is 58 Rouge V, and then we have Le Lion, and more Le Lion, and one of the ornaments. So always some great things, and yeah, these are fantastic. Can't wait to go through and try everything on. I thought we would do a get ready with me style, so the only thing I have on is my Surratt primer, and let's get started. So I think today what I want to use for foundation is the Guerlain L'Essentiel foundation, and I mentioned it in my review, I think this foundation just has this beautiful satin matte look to the skin, but it also works really well with the Surratt primer. I just, love it. So I'm going to use the Guerlain L'Essentiel foundation brush and apply it with that. So you can see a little bit of this foundation goes a long way. I still have this much left on my hand from that one pump. I am going to put a little bit more on my cheeks. You know, I just realized that I have never tried a Guerlain concealer. I wonder if maybe that would be something that a new product they'll be coming out with. I mean, I'm sure they have concealers in their line, but I just mean something to go with these L'Essentiel foundations that they have been releasing. I don't know, I feel like I haven't seen anything like that. My nose is a little cold, so it's a little red. All right, so that's it for foundation. I still have this much left from one pump. So I think the coverage from this foundation is fairly nice. You know, I think this is a good light to medium with less than one pump. You can easily get this up to medium coverage. And I think the actual appearance of it is great. And I love how it doesn't feel like I have any makeup on my skin. Once this sets on my skin for a couple of minutes, like if I go to touch my skin, I don't even feel like makeup's there. It feels like my real skin, which is one of the things I really like about this. Though I have to say it does feel like smoother than my real skin. For under eyes today, I'm going to take the Chantecaille Camouflage Stylo. And one of the things that I hate about these kind of click pen packaging type things is I have no clue how much product is left. I would love to know if I'm almost out I've been using this one for quite a while, so it should be almost out would be my guess. But I'd love to see how much is left. And you do have this little window here, but that's not really that helpful. I'm not going to set the foundation, but I am going to open the new Sisley blushes. So these are the other two shades that I had picked up. And this one is number 5, Rosewood. Look at that. Here, let me swatch that for you. That's Rosewood. Oh, that's really pretty. I really like this. And this does have the same like same type of like luminous matte appearance that the other two that I have also have. And then this one is number 4, Golden Rose. Knocked over my mascara. Okay, and this is Golden Rose. And you can see by looking at this that this one, you can see like a little bit of gold in there. So let's see how this one looks. Yeah, I mean, just even looking at this, it looks more metallic. And yes, I would definitely say that this one is more of a rose with a gold metallic running through it. So I knew one of these was supposed to have a slightly different finish. So I definitely think Golden Rose is going to have a little bit of that metallic look to it. It's almost like a highlighting blush. And yeah, very pretty though. I really like the shades of both of these. Now I'm very, very interested to see like the highlighter and stuff. The highlighter, it looked a little bit too deep for me, but I don't know. We'll find out. So I might have to check that one out also. And then there's still like the coral shade that I haven't picked up either. So I'm not sure which one of these I want to wear yet. Let's actually start with eyes. And I think I'm going to use the Tom Ford eye primer today. And this is the Emotion Proof eye primer that just recently came out. It's right now, I've only seen it on the Tom Ford website, but I'm sure it'll be available in other places very soon. And as I mentioned in my monthly roundup, my repurchase review, it works really well with the Tom Ford shadows. I've been trying it with some other brands and so forth, and just kind of seeing how that will be. So I will have a Makeup Monday video either this Monday or next Monday featuring eye primers in particular, and I'll go through like the rankings of the ones that I have here at the current time, and we'll kind of see what works best in my opinion on my eyelids. So let's go ahead and open up the Chantecaille box. So first, just to note, we do have this light green on the sides and the back, and that's going to be reminiscent of the actual case. And this is what the front is going to look like. On the back, because this is kind of like an iridescent thing, you kind of have to move it around a little bit to truly be able to read it. It's written in white. So although from here you can totally see the words on it, when you actually go to read it, the way the light hits it makes it a little challenging to read. So just something that, you know, let's face it, you're reading the box maybe once, so it's not a big deal. So on the back, it says 4 gently shimmering shades that mix and match to create beautifully defined eye looks. And then it does have the ingredients on the back for each of the shades. And as always, there's no animal testing, it's fragrance-free, gluten-free, and vegan. And these are made in Italy. So we do have a little pamphlet that comes with it. It says Butterfly Eye Quartet. And let's see what this says. So this is the front. It's one of the trifold type. And it says butterflies are indicators of a healthy ecosystem. Nearly 30% of butterflies surveyed worldwide are threatened with extinction. And it just has some beautiful photos. And inside, it is in French. So yeah, then we have the back part here with the English part. And it says, colorful butterflies are incredible travelers that help all ecosystems thrive. Together with bees and other pollinators, they sustain 85% of our natural flowering species and 1 in 3 bites of food on our plates. But these delicate creatures are highly sensitive to habitat loss, toxic pesticides, and climate change, and have been declining at alarming rates. They need access to pollinator-friendly gardens and landscapes to help them survive. We believe that protecting butterflies and other pollinators is a critical part of maintaining our Earth's balance. With our Butterfly Eye Quartet, we're raising awareness to conserve invertebrates and their habitats as we proudly support the Xerces Society. And that's it. So this is the packaging. You can see it is gorgeous. It is the same shape, material, size, and all of that as the hummingbird ones. And when you open it up inside, just have like a little piece of plastic here. And there is a full-size mirror. Sorry, I'm trying not to blind you, but this is what the quartet looks like. So let's start with some swatches. Sorry, I have all of these lines on my arm from my sweatshirt right now. It's like a tight cuff. But, okay, so just so you know, this second shade here is very soft. So I actually ended up picking up a little bit too much. It's very, very soft. So here are the 4 shades. And on my stories on Instagram, I do have a photo from H-Town Mommy Makeup Artist, that's Angela Bartels from Chantecaille. I had asked her if she could swatch the quartet on a deeper skin tone. So she did provide that, and that is in my stories on Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing that, be sure to check that out. I'll make sure to repost that on my stories when the time runs out. So these are the 4 shades. I have to say, it does look a little bit different than I expected. Looks very pretty. It's more neutral than I expected. So I think this here is supposed to be the trichrome shade. I'm actually not seeing as much color shift as I expected. You know, it's definitely kind of this golden yellow with some green mixed in, but it's not as, I don't know, there's not as dramatic of a shift as I expected. The top shade here is this really pretty warm taupe. And then this shade down at the bottom is a little bit cooler toned, and there's a little bit of plum in there. But again, it's still going to be more on that taupey brown side, just cooler and plummier. And then the middle shade here looks to be a satin peachy shade. So let's go ahead and try them out. All right, so I'm going to start off with this shade up here. This is the first shade in the quartet. I'm using the Crease Pro from Sony G, and we're going to apply this in the crease. Just gonna make this a little bit deeper so you can see the shade a little bit better. But you can see that it does have a really pretty satin finish to it. It's a really nice soft shade. I'm gonna take the Sonia G Soft Shader into this shade here on the bottom, and we're gonna apply this here. And you can see when these shades are right next to each other, the difference in tone, how much cooler this is. And you can also see I'm getting a little bit of fallout here from this. Look how light that is. I mean, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, it's really light, it's sheer, it's giving a very nice soft look to it. And let's put a little bit more on top and see how dark we can get this. This is a great taupe for me. Like, this is a shade I would definitely use for a one and done. And you can see that it definitely builds up. So you can definitely get that a little bit deeper. All right, so there are those 2 shades. I think they go together really well. And again, we just have like a warmer tone version and a cooler tone version. I really like both of them. These are definitely great everyday wearable shades. Let's use the peach now. I did wipe this off, but I'm going to use the clean side of it, and we'll put this on the inner half here. Now, this palette does have 3 different textures for the eyeshadows. And obviously we have the trichrome is one, and I'm not sure officially which ones are which formula, but I can say that this peach one feels creamier than the two taupey shades. So without actually knowing for sure, I would say that we've got the trichrome, the two taupes are one formula, and then the peach is another, because this one feels almost creamy. And after using the shades, you can see in the pan that this one definitely stays, you know, there's like really not really any powder kick up. You can see that actually pressing it with the brush gives it a little bit more of that creamier texture. So I really think that that would be the third texture. I think these three shades together are great for a light everyday neutral look. This is definitely, I mean, you don't need to add more than that. But we're gonna go ahead and add the trichrome, and I'm gonna use my finger. We're gonna start off in the center here and just see how that goes. So could just put it in the center for a little bit of a like kind of halo eye. I really like that. But we're gonna go ahead and add it all over the whole lid. Might as well, right? Let's see if it's sheer enough to see the other shades below it. All right, so I do think, I mean, obviously I can see that I've got something deeper on the outer edges versus the inner edges. I don't really see any of the actual color underneath. The trichrome shade is going to be, you know, it's opaque enough that it's really not going to show too much of the color, but you can see the depth of the color, if that makes sense. I think it's really pretty. And yeah, I like it. So let's go ahead and take out one of the Chanel Stylo Ombre Contours that I just picked up. So this is number 38 from the LeBlanc collection. This is the Burgundy Perle. All right. So I actually thought it was going to be a little bit more plummy than it is. It's a little bit warmer in tone. It reminds me of the eyeliners from the fall collection. So let me grab those real quickly. So this is the eyeliner in Psyche or Psyche. I'm not sure exactly which way to say it. This is $9.59. So you can see that that's going to be deeper, a little bit more red in there. And this is $9.55 Romance, which is going to be peachier. So, but honestly, it kind of looks like a mix of these two put together. Just for one last look, this is number 40, the Beige Perle. You can see that this one has more shimmer, more sparkle to it than number 40, the Burgundy version. And the other one I picked up is from the regular line. This is number 12, Contour Clair, and it's matte. It's a matte taupe shade, and I like it. After looking at all of these shades though, I think I want to go back in with the Beige Perle because I want some of that sparkle with this trichrome shade. Now I do have to sharpen my Stylo, so I just pulled this off of the bottom. You can see there's a sharpener here, and just twist this up and you can sharpen this here. So I didn't do the best job sharpening it, but this is good enough for me for today. And I'm just gonna line the upper lash line with this. And yeah, I'm just gonna go a little bit here in the lower lash line actually also. And then I think I'm gonna cover that with some shadow. So I'm taking the smudger one from Sonia G. I'm just gonna smudge the ombre et contour. Then I'm going to take the shade, the taupey plum shade down at the bottom with the smudger one. And I'm just going to kind of add that to the lower lash line here. And I'm going about 3/4 of the way. I wiped that off, and now I'm taking the side of this into the peach. You can see I kind of smeared it on my pencil there. I'm going to add that to the inner corner. Oh, I made a mess. Wipe that off. So I'm going to put this on the inner corner and just on the inner portion here of the lower lash line. Kind of blending those together. Okay, so that's my look. You can see I do have a bit of fallout and stuff here. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up now. So I just took a second to curl my lashes there, and I'm going in with the new Sisley mascara. This is the So Stretch, and I have the brown one. I'm going to just go ahead and apply this real quickly. All right, so there we go. And let's move on to blush. I think, let's see here. Let's go with the Rosewood today. I'm going to take the Chikuhodo KZ04, and you can see the pigment comes up easily. Wow, yeah, definitely very easy. I was using the Suku blushes the last couple of days, and the Sisley is way more pigmented. So, you know, I kind of forgot how lightly you need to go in with these. So I knocked some off this time. I stamped the brush on my microfiber cloth before putting it on my face. And here we go. That's a lighter application. We're gonna even it out, but I just wanted to show you how light it actually can go on. There we go. Still much deeper on this side here. All right, so that's gonna be it for the blush. And let's just take a second, and we're gonna take out the new Chanel highlighter, and we're gonna take a look at that as well. So here is the Pearl de Lumiere Illuminating Blush Powder. And really, it's a highlight. But the illuminating blush powder always gets me because I'm wondering, you know, placement and so forth. And so this is made in Italy, and it has 8 grams. It's 18-month shelf life. And when you open it up inside, you have this with the little half moon brush. You've got a full size mirror, and this is it. I mean, it is really beautiful. Now, I think the Chanel highlighters often have different textures. The different shades have different textures. So I'm curious how this compares. Let me actually put this one. I'm going to put this one here on my hand because I want to leave room for some other things. So this is Pearl de Lumiere. It's definitely gold. And I'm just going to compare that real quickly to the Metal Peach. This is one of my favorite Chanel highlighters. I have to say, formula-wise, with swatching, they feel very similar. But this is one everybody's been asking about, you know, which one, you know, are they different enough to get both and so forth. So you can see here that they are different. We've got one that's more gold and one that's a little bit peachier. But they both swatch pretty deeply, and I have to say the Metal Peach goes on very lightly. So I'm very curious to see how this will do. So let's take a look. So for highlighting, I'm gonna take the Sonia G mini cheek brush, and I'm not gonna get up too much. Let me move you in a little closer. All right, so here it is. Let's just put this on. Can see the gold, and you can see where it mixes with the blush there, that it really does have like that illuminating blush look. It actually reminds me a little bit, not the same color, but it reminds me of the same mix with the Holiday blush highlighter. So you can see, you know, I don't have to be like super careful with this. It is a very light powder. everybody's right, you know, it's very sheer, but I think it's not that the highlight is going to be too deep. It's really going to be more about whether or not these tones suit your skin tone. So it is, you know, it's a little bit warm. So I just made a connecting swatch here so you can see I'm a little bit closer, but we've got the gold and then the metal peach. You can see that the metal peach is going to be lighter and there's a little bit more like ivory in it, whereas this is going to be a little bit more golden. Do you need both? If you already have metal peach, I think that's a really personal decision. I think if you are very cool undertones, this is probably going to be a little bit too warm for you and it may not be a favorite. But I think, you know, it's a very nice highlight. So I'm going to take this, I'm just going to get a little bit on the tip and I'm going to just kind of brush this right up here as well. I think that gives a nice accent. So let me know what you guys think about this highlighter on me. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below and let me know what you think about the highlighter in general. Do you like this shade? Do you already have it? I think it's very pretty. So again, this is it. I mean, you can't beat the beautiful embossing that Chanel has on these. And texturally, I would say that it's very similar texturally to the Metal Peach. So if you're familiar with that formula and you've seen some of the other Chanel highlighters, you know what I'm talking about when I say that they all seem to have different formulas. The one from last year's spring collection, the Eclat du Désert, that one's very powdery. We've got the Duo de Camellias, which is a little bit different. These are like kind of firmer in the pan. Although I have to say that I think, yeah, I think they're both pretty similar. This one might be a little bit softer in the pan than the Metal Peach. The Metal Peach is one that you have to use a firmer brush to pick up a lot. If you just want a little bit for a light wash, that's pretty easy. But I feel like this is going to be slightly softer than that, but still in the same vein. So just something to note. All right, I'm just going to do my brows with the GRWM Matte Eyes brow framer. So this GRWM Matte Eyes brow framer, I'm using it up for my project pan because I do want to finish it off, but I don't love it. So there are limited color choices for one thing, and for another, like if you just get a little bit of product out, it doesn't seem to go on that evenly because it's one of these types of applicators. So then I always have to go in with a brush to kind of smooth it out once I get enough product out. So I don't know, it's not my favorite. And this is shade 02, by the way, the Moyenne or brown one. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the lip cheeks, and I will swatch each of these. This first one in the green packaging is called Peach Blossom, and I always love these things. Let's see here, where should we put them? We're gonna put these ones on my wrist. Ooh. There we go. So this is Peach Blossom. This one here in the teal is Clover. Look at that. That looks like a beautiful rosy pink shade. There we go. Very, very pretty. And then we have Hyssop, which is the deepest shade. And there we go. They all look very pretty. The one that is calling to me the most is going to be Clover, the pinky shade, but I think they're all gorgeous. So I'm going to try on Clover, and this video is getting a little lengthy already. So I think I will do a separate video with swatches and comparisons of the lip cheeks. I'll also do comparisons of the eyeshadow palette and everything as well. So I'll be wearing this a few more times and I'll put up a review next week. So if you have any requests for things that you would like me to compare it to, please be sure to let me know down below in the comments or DM me on Instagram. I'm at Alexis Jong. So let's try out Clover. There we go. This is Clover. I think it is gorgeous. Please excuse this. I had a cut and I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm kind of addicted to oranges. So I eat several every day and the acid kind of made it a little bit worse. All right, so this is my final look today, and I have to say I really love it. You know, I think it looks really nice. I think these eyeshadows for Chantecaille, they're really nice, light, everyday neutrals. And the trichrome, although I don't really see much of a trichrome really with that, I don't see a lot of color shift. I do think it gives a little something extra to the eye, but it's still going to be in that more subtle vein, which is what Chantecaille is primarily known for. So I really, really like it. This blush from Sisley, I'm loving the color. This is definitely going to be one of my favorites. And the highlight, I think, actually goes really well with it as well. I'm still not 100% sure on the highlight. I'm going to have to use it a little bit more. So I will let you guys know about that soon. The lipstick, the Lip Chic in Clover, absolutely love this shade. You know, Chantecaille Lip Chics are one of my favorite lipsticks out of all. And yeah, I can never resist them. And this color is gorgeous. It's like a great everyday pink for me. And the Sisley mascara, I will have my thoughts on that up soon. I have been wearing it for a couple of days now to test it out. And so far, so good. And it does come in 3 shades, black, brown, and blue. And I purchased the brown because I personally love brown mascaras and I just don't think there are enough of them offered. And when you have a mascara that's more lengthening, natural vibe, I think having it in brown works really well for my coloring. So definitely one that I'm really enjoying so far. So please be sure to let me know what you think of this look and these items. Don't forget to let me know what swatch comparisons you would like to see in my actual review on these items. I will have something more in depth next week. I have a lot of new releases to go through. So if you have any particular requests, please let me know the priority levels. So I know I've got the Chanel. I want to go through that in a little bit more detail. I've got this Chantecaille collection, the Sisley blushes, all of the Suku, all of my Suku palettes have arrived now. So I'll be working to get those shorts up right away. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I was able to put this up, share these with you right away before things end up selling out, since both collections have just launched officially. So I hope you like this video and I hope it was helpful. So please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Have a great day and stay safe and healthy.